Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got a video for you that, may be useful for somebody, but, today I'm going to show you how to take the keeper off of a NATO strap. This is a NATO strap. The NATO is, of course, it's designed to, basically to prevent the Soviet military from pushing around the North Atlantic. I'm sorry, that's the alliance. This is the strap. The strap is designed to keep a watch on your wrist no matter what. The reason for that is that it actually has this portion that goes right through here, and that actually prevents the watch, even if one of the spring bars breaks, from coming off altogether. It'll still flop around on the bracelet on one spring bar. They're also usually made of nylon, relatively easy to work with and get used to. The one thing that a NATO strap has, though, that makes it different from a Zulu strap, which usually has just one thing of fabrics, a little thicker, bigger hardware, is it's got this keeper guy on here. The keeper is designed so that even if you take the watch off, the watch can't go sliding off. The thing is, though, the keeper isn't terribly, it's not terribly useful in my experience. There's no real problem with keeping the watch on the strap. It can flop around no problem. So I tend to remove those, and I'll show you how on this strap that I just picked up. It's pretty straightforward. So step number one is to find the keeper here, and then to make a little cut on it, basically to cut it the heck off. Like so. There we go, problem solved. Now, the thing is, though, this leaves behind an area of the strap that is not particularly ideal. It's not sealed, and if you just leave it be, it's going to slowly shred itself in an unpleasant way. So step number two is to take an element of heat. You could use a candle. In this case, I've got a really crappy soldering iron handy. But basically, all I'm doing here is I'm just going to use this soldering iron to touch the nylon here. Or whatever the heck this is. I think it's nylon. And you can see here it's creating some rather noxious smoke. Be careful with your soldering iron, or you could light yourself on fire. Kids, always ask your parents before you light yourselves on fire. It's good advice. But, you just need to be careful here. But all you're doing here is basically cauterizing this little portion here. And by doing this, you are ensuring that the strap's structural integrity will stick around. But nonetheless, there is no keeper. You got to be careful. This will burn through it like hot butter, and that's okay. But anyways, now that you've got this done, you can go on ahead and let me unplug this soldering iron real quick because it's a dangerous game. There we go. Make sure it's not resting on anything. Yet another life pro tip. Don't let your soldering iron rest on anything you give a damn about. This will take just a second to cool down a little bit. This shouldn't be really a factor for you. I've left a little bit of a tongue on here. You can try and get it a little closer in. The problem is, every time you get closer, you increase the risk that you're going to hit your soldering iron up against the part of the strap you do care about. If this gets too hard or something like that, you can always hit it with a little bit of sandpaper. Something along those lines, and that'll kind of just knock down that hard plastic you created when you melted the nylon. But for the most part, you are now officially good to go. And you can grab your watch, and again, just thread it right on through both sides, and find where the watch goes, and put it on your wrist. Sorry, I need my thigh to do that, but here we go. Now we just tighten it down, and as with any NATO strap, you just pass it through, and then pass it back down behind, or you can do it over the front. It's all the same to me. But there you go. Now you've got a much thinner NATO strap that still repels the Soviet Union in the North Atlantic and holds the watch very, very securely. Hope this was interesting to you, that it might be useful to somebody, but most of all, that you have yourselves an absolutely wonderful rest of your day and that the Soviet Union gives you no trouble at all because of the strap. Bye now.